By the end of this video, you should have enough knowledge to decide whether you should start as a solo entrepreneur or if it's time to become the CEO of your own corporation. Hello, entrepreneurs and future business owners. Welcome to this first video of the free legal crash course for entrepreneurs here on YouTube. In this session, we'll start at the bottom of our legal foundation, answering one of the most important questions you'll face when you are starting with your business, which is, when is the right time to set up a so-called LLC versus a sole proprietorship? Let's explore the costs, advantages, and everything you need to know to make this critical decision. The sole proprietorship is the simplest form of a business setup. It's fast to set up, it's affordable, it gives you full control, but it also means that you are personally liable for any business risks, debts, problems. An LLC, on the other hand, is a so-called limited liability company. For all my Germans, that's a GmbH, Gesellschaft mit beschränkter Haftung. That offers more protection for your personal assets. That's why it's called limited liability, because it limits the liability of the company. If you, as the director, make a mistake, you could still be liable. That will be another topic. So, you are personally not liable for business debts of the company, but it comes with much higher setup costs and ongoing costs and paperwork. So we'll go over the pros and the cons of each to make you able to decide what fits your current business goals and your risk tolerance the best. When to choose what? You should choose a sole proprietorship if you are starting small, maybe even as a side job next to your normal 9-to-5 job. And you want to keep things simple. A sole proprietorship could be your way to go, especially if you are under the threshold for a necessary trade registration and payment of the VAT. The threshold very much depends on the country. In Switzerland, for example, it's quite high with 100,000 Swiss francs. In Germany, it's lower, it's 25,000 euros at the moment. 2025 could always change, go up, down, maybe up because of inflation. When should you choose an LLC, on the other hand? If you are planning for growth or want to separate your personal and your business finance, an LLC offers better protection for you. It also means that you can get a more professional structure, which could be great, especially if you are collecting funds from investors or you really want to build good trust with clients at the beginning of your business. However, an LLC involves much higher costs, administrative requirements, and there can be tax implications that should be considered with your tax advisor. If you are part of a founder's team, for example, you cannot start with a sole proprietorship because you are not solo, you are part of a team. So in that case, the decision is quite easy. You have to start as some kind of LLC. And then it depends on the structure of your funding, what kind of corporation you will need to set up in order to collect funding. Another super important factor is the kind of business that you are building. Is it a service-based business or a product-based business? If it's a service-based business and maybe it has a low exposure to risk and the primary asset of your business is not an idea or a technique, but it's mainly your expertise, then there's not, let's say, like so much to lose. So sole proprietorship could be the better option in this case. But on the other hand, if you are a product-based business with a founder's team and more risk exposure, and you really want to protect your biggest asset, which could be even already a patent, then it's definitely the way to go with an LLC. When it comes to navigate the legal paperwork for business registration, this very much depends on the country you want to register your business in, which can be also very important for the tax topic. But that should be discussed in another video or again with your tax advisor. So every country has very different rules when it comes to this business registration. For example, here in Switzerland, where I'm based, setting up a sole proprietorship is quite simple, but an LLC requires more steps, it's more expensive, it includes notarization and a capital requirement. Same for Germany, and that's quite high if you start. But a tip for both is don't underestimate the support that you can get from the state. There is so much free and helpful content, especially for startups, but also for solopreneurs, also for self-employed. You could get scholarships, you could get startup grants. So definitely make sure that you have a look on the possibilities of this support. And don't underestimate the community aspect. So check out local networks, local communities, join maybe an entrepreneur network that can provide you with really invaluable support from those who have walked the same path. You get a mentor, that can be also very helpful, especially if the mentor is from the same industry that you are starting in. Before jumping to any legal structure, it's essential to have a solid business plan. We talk about costs versus benefits of both structures and how your goals influence this decision. And as a small surprise, I have created a free business plan template for you that I will send to you if you comment below business plan. Your key takeaway should be that there is no one size fits all solution when it comes to business structures. You should really stay flexible for your business also to develop maybe from a sole proprietorship into an LLC as it grows, but really think about the costs versus benefits of which legal setup and create a good business plan for this decision. And I'm looking forward to video number 2 of this legal basics crash course. See you in the next video. Subscribe. Almost forgot. You can subscribe, and best case, the video should already be linked somewhere here if it's already online.